Well guys, it wouldn't be a new year without new Mario Odyssey rumors and speculation, because we now have some more information regarding this game, and even if it's a thing or not. So we are kind of expecting a 3D Mario by now. This year, and this October to be exact, it will be 6 years since Super Mario Odyssey, which is a very long time, and now we're waiting to hear anything from Nintendo regarding the plumber in a new 3D title. But some people have been getting some mysterious emails that might allude to something else coming very soon, which also begs the question, what type of 3D Mario are we going to get? Is this going to be Odyssey 2, the same way Breath of the Wild made Tears of the Kingdom a direct sequel from the first game, or is this going to be something completely different? A bigger, grander Mario? Maybe that's why it's taking so long, or are we just going to get something small like DLC still? I mean, it's still a possibility after Mario Kart 8, 7 years later, got DLC. So anything is a possibility at this point, and today we're going to talk about some of those possibilities. Now, I've seen this a couple of times online, but it really caught my attention when Nintendo Prime posted it, where Nintendo seems to be sending people emails about Super Mario Odyssey, and this has never really happened. This is just out of the clear blue, but they're saying like, what were your favorite voyages in Super Mario Odyssey? Kind of giving people like a last second, go revisit this game, which is weird, because it states Mario's debut adventure on Nintendo Switch was his most unique one yet. From dodging devastating dinosaurs and plundering pyramids in a poncho, to getting his groove on at the new Donk City Festival. The Mushroom Kingdom's main man truly saw some sights, but there may be even more out there still to be discovered. Perhaps it's worth hopping aboard the Odyssey once more and taking the trip all over again. Now before people start yelling at me, telling me I'm looking too far into things and I need to relax, that's what we do here. That's the point of the video. But I do think we should take things with a grain of salt, but this email is definitely very weird. It's almost as if Nintendo is telling us to kind of play Mario Odyssey one last time before something else happens. As like, say one last goodbye to this game because this is coming out, Like they're preparing people one last final time. It's not even really talking about buying the game. It's talking about play the game. You have it, play it one last time. This is very weird. It's a very weird email. Like, I don't think a lot of the time Nintendo sends stuff like this out. I mean, we even remember emails back then of Nintendo asking us about WarioWare games. And then eventually, like a couple months later, they released WarioWare Get It Together. So Nintendo definitely does gauge the audience and see what they like. They ask them questions. They talk about things that they were planning in the future. And this might be a small way of Nintendo kind of hinting at, hey, there's a new game coming, or a Mario Odyssey 2 coming, or something coming within this game very, very soon. But looking at that email again, it just keeps catching my eye, going over that same phrase, but there may be even more out there still to be discovered, ... That is just a little weird to me. Maybe they're wanting people to go out and kind of collect everything if they haven't already and just look at every detail of the game or something. But I seriously, truly think that this is alluding at something a lot bigger. And the question is it revolving around Mario Odyssey or something new entirely? Well, to me, this sounds Mario Odyssey related, whether it's a sequel or potentially even DLC. I know, it's crazy, but hear me out. Unfortunately, as far as Mario games go, and I think big Zelda games, most of Nintendo's big AAA huge titles, they don't really get leaked. Like, Mario games don't get leaked. The last time I've heard of any leak from a Mario game was the 3D All-Stars with 64 Sunshine and Galaxy, because it was leaked by everyone and their grandma. But the only thing we actually have for Super Mario Odyssey 2 is this weird message on 4chan, and you know how that goes. But if I'm not mistaken, this is from the same person that was able to play Sonic Frontiers in its demo build and tell us a lot of information about it, and was 100% correct on every single thing they said. But then they also claimed that they were able to play Super Mario Odyssey 2 as well, which it's seriously impossible to say if it's true or not. I mean, we'll find out. They had some very, very specific details for Sonic Frontiers, even the name of the islands and stuff, but for Odyssey 2, it's not as specific. But yeah, the details just say it's a new adventure with a new customizable Odyssey, and Luigi's there with Cappy and Cappy's friend that helps Luigi as well. And it just sounds exactly what we would write for an Odyssey 2, just more of everything. Like, there's nothing else that's really specific here. No like story details or anything like that. We're just going up against Bowser again, and it says we're gonna have, new and familiar faces teaming up with us like Yoshi and stuff. So I mean, like, there's nothing huge there. Anyone could have wrote that, anyone could have made that up, so it's impossible to tell tell right now if this was true. They got the Sonic Frontiers thing right. Maybe they were just capitalizing on it and trying to get people's attention for Mario 2 at the time. So they made up everything for Mario, but they were pretty much spot on with Sonic, and that was a year before the game even came out. So yeah, it's hard to say right now, but everybody's eyes is looking towards the Mario Odyssey direction. Hey guys, thank you so much for still tuning into the video. If you're enjoying everything you've seen so far, stop what you're doing. Just stop. Pause. Like the video and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario, and also to help us reach 200,000 subscribers very, very soon. We're super, super close, so please subscribe. Lack of Thunder is going to rain on you for the entire week. So it looks like Nintendo is pointing in the direction of Mario Odyssey, at least with this email that really confirms that Nintendo wants us to go back and play Mario Odyssey for some reason. They're not even talking about Bowser's Fury or Mario 3D World anymore. Straight to Mario Odyssey, which was back 5 years, almost 6 years ago. Why does Nintendo want us to replay this game? Well, I think the very first thing that I want to say in the safe bet is Mario Odyssey 2 is coming. It just makes sense. The Switch is full of sequels of past games. We've got Splatoon 2 and 3. We're getting Breath of the Wild 1 and 2 with Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, we are just seeing sequels of tons of games. I mean, even Mario Rabbids, for crying out loud, got Sparks of Hope, which was a sequel. And we can keep going with so many games. They've gotten 2 Fire Emblem games on the Switch, 2 Xenoblades on the Switch. We are seeing boatloads of sequels and 2 games from each franchise being here. So I think it would kind of make sense to see Mario Odyssey 2 here as well. The capture mechanic is too perfect to just leave alone and just move on to another idea, I think personally. I think they need to keep working with this mechanic and build it further. Have more enemies to capture, more objects, and more worlds to explore, and have Cappy stick with Mario a little while longer. I think it just makes sense. And it's something that we should be seeing very soon, especially if it's a sequel. I'm not sure what's taking it 6 years to actually be announced and debuted, but maybe there's something bigger that they're doing with it that's completely different from the first game. Maybe bigger worlds and more areas to explore, and maybe they just eliminate the hub world completely and give us one giant open world to explore with Mario and capture things as we go. Who knows, but I definitely think Mario Odyssey 2 is going to be the game that we get. I mean, it even seems like the Mario movie is taking inspiration from Mario Odyssey 2. We have Pauline revealed in her same exact outfit, we have the Crazy Cap store, and we also have these button badges from the different kingdoms on the back of Toad's backpack, which, for a very new game, this is a weird thing to advertise a lot, I think, in a brand new Mario movie. I feel like you want to lead into those characters, into those worlds, into the stuff you created in Mario Odyssey in like a second or third movie. They're going off the gate, so that tells me maybe there's some more things with Mario Odyssey that's coming that we just have to wait for. I know you don't want to hear this one, but what if the reason Nintendo sent that email out and the reason why Nintendo keeps bringing up Odyssey is not for a new game, but for DLC? I'm sorry. I'm just saying. There is a chance. If this is Nintendo we're talking about, maybe they have a huge Mario game coming for the next console or something, and they just need to give people stuff to play right now for Mario because they know how bad people want some Mario news. So they say, you know what? You want some Mario Odyssey stuff? Well, here's DLC. Here's like 5 new kingdoms and stuff to do for a while, and this should tie you over for the next year or two until, you know, the Grand Mario comes out for the next console or something. Because Nintendo is in that weird time period where that next console should be announced kind of soon, actually. We're like 6 years of Switch now, so I'm sure around 7 years, 8 years, we're definitely going to get a new console, so maybe that's what Nintendo's plan is. I mean, they did it with Mario Kart after 7 to 8 years. What's stopping them from doing it with Odyssey with super late DLC? Yeah, I hope this is not the case. I wanted DLC more than the next guy, but it's too late for that now. What if there's a brand new Mario game coming that's not even Odyssey related? It's like its own thing, a big brand new Mario adventure game, and Nintendo's just saying, you know what, let's give Mario Odyssey one last hurrah, go back, play it, enjoy the game because we're about to move into a new era of Mario, which would be pretty cool. Maybe just like a last second, you know what, enjoy Mario Odyssey, enjoy the great things that we gave you in this game. We're getting ready to move on to something absolutely insane. That would be a lot of fun. I would love it if Nintendo did something like that, but who knows. But then there's of course a chance that none of this is happening. This is just Nintendo being Nintendo and just talking about games of the past. They do it all the time. They're like, hey, a good time to play Mario Kart 8 is right now. If you haven't bought it yet, go purchase it and stuff. It's just Nintendo. Like, of course Nintendo. Everyone in the world has Mario Kart 8. Or maybe just a way for them to advertise and prepare us for the movie. Maybe Mario is going to have a huge Mario Odyssey reference throughout the entire movie with Cappy and different kingdoms and stuff, and maybe they want us to play the game and explore Mario Odyssey so that way we can catch those references and be like, oh, I remember that from Mario Odyssey, I remember that kingdom, I remember that character or enemy. So who knows? Only time time will tell for sure. With an upcoming Nintendo Direct probably within the first or second week of February, we are bound to get some type of information about the future of Nintendo's year in 2023, and maybe even a little bit beyond. And hopefully, it's finally time that we hear something about Mario's next grand adventure. But let me know in the comments down below, do you think we're getting an Odyssey 2? Do you think we're getting DLC for Mario Odyssey? Do you think we're going to get an entirely new 3D Mario? Or do you think it's going to be another year of nothing, and we're going to have to go to year 7 with no huge 3D Mario? Let me know what you think down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario Odyssey and Nintendo, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.